Well, good morning, everyone. This is Jeff from Reflected Valley Garage, and we finally got our 2019 Honda Civic that was brought in a tow truck this morning, and we're doing the assessment right now. We've already been all the way around the car, and there's quite a bit of damage, but there's also indications that somebody else has done some work on it. So I don't know whether the insurance company asked them to go ahead and fix that, or and then they went into it and saw that, oh my, this is too much. We better stop now while we're ahead. But this place right here is where things like that get fixed. This is Reflected Valley Garage. Okay, so this is our bread and butter. So the first thing from the front that you can see is that the front bumper cover and the valance on the front has some damage on it. We do not repair those. There is a plastic welding process. We do not do that. We just replace them. So there's two pieces right there. There's a hole and there's a broken spot right there on the front bumper. The grill appears to be okay. We can sand it down and repaint it. It has some scuffing on it in this area right here. And there are a couple of things that are misaligned. This is part of the grill. So when we pull everything apart, we'll take and go ahead and fix that. The headlights and indicator lights are not broken, so that's very good. It's an encouraging sign. Most of the major damage, as you saw in the previous video, was back here on this quarter panel. A couple of things came to light straight away, and one was that the rear door handle on the driver's side would not operate. However, to get the back door open, we took and see, it doesn't open, but the inside door handle does. So I just went inside, pulled the inside door handle, everything's open up. The door is in pretty bad shape. The jamb has separated right here. This is going to be a little bit of work. The rest of the door appears to be in good shape. We can put a door skin on this one. It's not too big a deal. The jamb in this area, there has been some work done on here. This has been pulled and this has been hammered. So it kind of verifies that something's been done before. First thing you want to do before you take and really get into things is you want to take and go clean the trunk out, and you want to see what the damage looks like inside. Okay, you want to see if the structure is dead in there or what. Okay, you can see in this area right here, this is the inner structure of the quarter panel. This is mauled pretty good. There's a big buckle in the floor. That's pretty well mauled. So this piece right here and this piece right here are going to be replaced. So that's an easy fix. We took off the rear bumper. Rear bumper is off, and the reinforcement beam, it was a little bit bent on the end, and about the first half inch or so. The rest of it remained straight. We've straightened that out already without heating it, because it is a high temp or a high strength steel part of the car. You don't want to apply heat to it to take and weaken that. So if someone were to get hit again, I do believe that for this vehicle, if it were hit again, that would make it the third time. The reason I say it's the third time is this is a replacement bumper. It has a parts tag on it. Okay, Honda does not do that. They do not come out with tags like that on their stuff. This is also a replacement bumper cover. That is a tag from an aftermarket source. So this number on here is probably from an invoice from a secondary parts retailer, Copart, Pick Your Part, something like that. This rear panel across here, from this point here to this point here, looks okay. However, this corner is pretty well mauled. Okay. We'll take and do some measurements. We may or may not be able to take and straighten that out. Worst thing, we will just replace it. It's an easy part to replace. It's an easy part to get. It's not that expensive. The taillight pocket is completely mauled. To get the trunk open, there is a latch right here underneath the light, and you press that up and it opens up the electrical mechanism in the trunk release, and that was inoperative. So on the Hondas, on the inside of the vehicle, right here, there is a little cover that you take off. There's a handle right here. You pull that, it will open the trunk. Okay? So that's very handy. So we went ahead and we put the seat down. We are starting to strip the inside of the vehicle. All of this stuff right here has to go because we are going to doing welding, grinding, and we don't want the chance of fire. We're going to put welding blankets in here when we start doing the panel replacement. We don't want any more damage in this thing. But this panel right here has to come out. This panel right here has to come out. All the weather stripping has to come out. The weather stripping on the trunk has to come out. The next thing that we will be looking at is when we got it off the tow truck, I noticed that the left rear wheel here was wobbling. And when someone put the tire back onto this, I don't know if it was at another shop or it was the road service personnel did that, but they captured a 10mm screw between the disc and the back of the wheel, and when it was running, it was not running true. They tightened it down with that fastener inside there. So I took the 5 lugs off here and that fell out. That is partially the reason for this wheel not running true. There are a couple of other things going on. First off, this right here, the sway bar link is broke. So we're going to take and replace that. We got to check the sway bar, see if it's bent at all. If it's bent, that will be replaced, but the sway bar link is broke. And you can see it's in half right there. Okay, the next thing is on one of the arms coming back to stabilize the rear end, there's a big buckle right here. This is high strength steel. There's no way to straighten that. That will be replaced. One of the final things I noticed is probably every light on the dash is on. ABS light is on. Check engine light is on. Everything's on. So we're going to have to take and work those off. But one thing I did see is the ABS light is on. And right here, there is a cable for the ABS system. And you'll notice, if I can see it, there is a plug right here for the ABS, for the electric parking brake that is disconnected, and the other side of the plug is broken. So that is going to have to be repaired. But yeah, we got a little bit of work to do, and we know there is infrastructure damage, and so we have a pretty good idea on what kind of parts we're going to need. The next thing we're going to do, since the car is not gutted yet, and we have to take and remove this quarter window and the back window to take and put a quarter panel on here, because we have to section it approximately right through here and right through here. We're going to take and use an electric shear to take and shear off the quarter panel and get all this metal off here, so we can take and have a good look at the inner structure. Gas tank is right here. I don't know if the neck has been compromised or not. Let's not take a chance, okay? Because it's inside some damaged metal, so we want to take and play it safe. So last thing we do today, we will take and take that off, and then we'll be able to get our parts list together. Okay, so I'll try and put that. Okay, so we went ahead and we sheared off the quarter panel, and now we can take and do a complete assessment of the inner structural damage. You'll see right here that there are approximately 7 pieces. This right here is all sectioned together, so you can take and replace individual pieces. So there's about 7 pieces here that are mauled. Starts down here at the dog leg and goes up here all the way back. So, and part of the trunk floor. So we'll have to take and add those 7 pieces to our parts list, in addition to a quarter panel and a rear bumper and the front bumper. So the next video you'll see, which will be tomorrow or the next day, we are going to start taking the front end apart while we are waiting for parts for this. Okay, so we will take and see you next time. Please stay tuned for part 3.